I thought it was just another night until I saw her in my room. It's been years, but I still hear the scratching under my bed. But let me start from the beginning. Before we begin, I want to thank you for being here. I know many of you use these scary stories to relax and fall asleep, and I'm doing my best to grow this little channel. Please subscribe, turn on the bell, and share your feedback. It helps me a lot. Let me know in the comments things like, are the stories too long or too short? Do you want more sound effects? Is the narration calming enough? Your words keep me going. Now, let's dive in. It was a long drive from New York to Los Angeles, and I was eager to get there. The monotony of the road was broken only by the occasional truck stop or roadside motel. It was getting late, and I needed a place to rest for the night. I saw a flickering neon sign on the side of the road that read Motel in bold letters. I turned onto the gravel driveway and parked my car in front of the dimly lit office. The motel clerk, a wiry man with a drooping mustache, greeted me with a half-hearted smile. I asked for a room for the night, and he handed me a key with the number 6 on it. "You don't want this one," he said, pointing to the key. "Room 6 is haunted." I laughed nervously, thinking he was joking. "Thanks for the warning, but I'll take my chances." He shrugged and handed me the room key. "Suit yourself." I walked to my room, room 6, and unlocked the door. The room was small and dingy, with a single bed, a rickety chair, and an old rotary phone on the nightstand. I decided to call it a night and went to bed, hoping to get some rest before continuing my journey in the morning. But sleep eluded me. I heard strange noises coming from the other side of the wall, like someone whispering and scratching. I tried to ignore it, but the sounds grew louder and more insistent. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore and got out of bed to investigate. As I opened the door, I heard a faint voice on the other end of the line. The old rotary phone was ringing. I picked it up, and a woman's voice whispered in my ear. "I've been locked in this room for 30 years, she said. "Please help me." I was taken aback, but I managed to stammer a response. "Who is this? How did you get my number?" "You're in room 6, she said. "The last motel room on Highway 66. I'm a previous guest. They locked me in here, and I can't leave." I hung up the phone, feeling uneasy. I didn't know what to believe, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. I tried to go back to sleep, but the scratching under the bed grew louder and more frantic. Suddenly, the door to my room burst open, and a woman in a tattered dress appeared. She looked like she had been trapped in the room for decades. Her eyes were sunken, and her skin was pale and translucent. "Help me," she pleaded, reaching out to me. "Get me out of here." I backed away in terror, but she lunged at me, her fingers digging into my arm. I screamed and tried to push her away, but she was relentless. The next thing I remember, I was lying on the ground outside the motel office, gasping for air. The motel clerk stood over me, looking concerned. "You shouldn't have stayed in room 6, he said. "That room is cursed. You're lucky to be alive." I looked down at my arm, where the woman had scratched me. The wounds were deep and painful, and I knew I would never forget the terror of that night. As I drove away from the motel, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching me. The woman's face haunted my dreams for weeks, and I couldn't stop thinking about the old rotary phone that had rung in the middle of the night. Years have passed since that fateful night, but I still hear the scratching under my bed. I know it's just my imagination, but I can't help but wonder if the woman from room 6 is still out there, searching for a way to escape her prison. And every time I pass a roadside motel, I can't help but feel a shiver run down my spine. I'll never stay in another motel room again, especially not room 6 on Highway 66.